All right. Let's see here. Hey, I tell you what, the days just keep getting longer if I'm being completely honest with you. Anyways, these are news stories that I thought was sort of kind of interesting that I figured I would share this morning with everybody. Anyways, I suppose we'll just go ahead and get started then, I guess. On to the first story. Now, this story is a little bit older. It was written on the 19th, but I figured it was, interesting, I guess you could say. TSA warns World Cup travelers ranch dressing belongs in your checked bags. Now, I don't know what they sell in Europe. To be completely honest with you, I've never even been to Europe. I really don't even plan on going to Europe. There's nothing in Europe I want to see ever, to be completely honest with you. I don't even know. Anyways, the Transportation Security Administration responded to a virtual trend of World Cup fans discovering ranch dressing with some instructions for safe transport. The TSA looked to social media to offer advice to fans visiting the United States for FIFA World Cup games. Anyways, I had no idea y'all didn't have ranch over there. If y'all don't, congratulations, you discovered something new. It's not personally my favorite thing in the world, but to each his own, I guess. To be completely honest with you. And yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. So anyways, ranch on, I guess. Anyways, on to the next story. Now, this is something that I found kind of sort of disturbing this day and age. I get why they did it, but at the same time, I'm not happy about it. This is a travesty in some people's minds, and mine included. M&M's to drop 2 colors as it ditches artificial dyes. Now, I'm not a very big fan of artificial dyes. And some natural dyes, in my opinion, are just as bad as the artificial ones. But I don't like losing colors, especially for the M&Ms. For generations, M&M's fans have recognized the colorful candy by its signature rainbow of hues, But that familiar lineup is about to look a little different. As the iconic brand moves to eliminate artificial dyes, 2 beloved colors are quietly disappearing from the mix. What the heck? At least for now, with the dye-free M&M's set to hit shelves in August. So just a few months left, you can get these M&Ms, and then the colors are gone forever. And everybody knows that different M&Ms taste differently. I don't care who tells you differently, but the green, the orange, the red, the blue, all those M&Ms, they taste different. So yeah. Anyways. At least, blah, blah, blah. I lost my daggone place here. For Americans' most recognizable treats, rising questions about what comes next for the candy's classic look. Mars is preparing to launch the new version of M&M's without artificial dyes this August, marking one of the company's most significant recipe changes in decades. Just saying, they probably shouldn't announce this because we all know what happened with New Coke. Just saying. The move aligns with the broader make of American Healthy Again incentive championed by the Health and Human Services Security of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Of course, it had to be a Kennedy that messes with our candy. Just saying. Who was first urging food manufacturers to eliminate synthetic ingredients from their products. Yeah. Tell me which one. Okay, why is blue and brown M&M's missing? You know what? Blue, I don't think ain't been around that much. Brown, however, has been around for like ever. Now, brown is one of the most mild colors in the pack, so I don't think many people are gonna miss it. But it does make the other colors pop in the pack, I will say. So eliminating brown, honestly, in my eyes, is going to make the M&Ms less colorful because You know, you gotta have the darkness to make the light look so good. Now, as far as blue is concerned, is this the dark blue or the light blue? Because I'm looking at this blue right here and it looks a lot lighter than the blue I'm technically familiar with. Then again, I haven't ate one M&M in years. But I will be honest with you. Well, getting rid of the brown M&M is about like getting rid of the red and the yellow M&M, in my personal opinion. And in my personal opinion, they need to bring back the brown M&M. You cannot tell me they can't find a natural brown. Natural brown's got to be the most common color in nature. Just slap something on the daggum thing. Just don't get rid of the brown M&M. I don't know. I'm telling you, it makes the other colors pop. And I'm going to notice no brown M&Ms in there now. Now, blue. Now, this is a very light blue. I'm used to the blue M&Ms being a little bit darker than this. They might have already switched up the recipe from the last time I've consumed an M&M. Obviously, if they change the blue to this lighter color, I'm probably not the type of person they're worried about losing, because I ain't consumed an M&M since it was a bright blue and not this, like, I guess he got old and everything. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really care much about the blue because, you know, you got other bright colors like red and orange and green. But the brown, you know, wait a minute. This is a lowercase M. Didn't they have like uppercase M's at one time? Am I crazy for like thinking that? I'm 90% sure like the M and the M&M's was like an uppercase M and not a lowercase. Okay, I genuinely don't know anymore. You know what? I might have lost the plot with this one, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to get out of here before I fall in like the Mandela effect or something, or the Twilight Zone. I don't know, man. Something's going to happen. Anyways, I ain't going to spend much time on this next story, but this is a debate that's raged on for a long time. And this is other food-related news, I should say. Fresh fruit versus frozen fruit for nutrition, which is healthier? Now, everybody has got their preferences, to be completely honest with you, and everybody makes a lot of sense for what they believe and how they believe it. Now, a lot of people will say, like, if you freeze it as quickly as possible after the fruit has been picked and gathered up or whatever, the fresher the fruit's gonna be. And other people are like, if you freeze something, it changes the texture, which is very important when consuming any type of food, because mouthfeel is very important. It's the same reason why I don't like a lot of foods, tomatoes included. They just got a weird mouthfeel, to be completely honest with you. They're not worth it, in my opinion. Anyways, there is something oddly satisfying about reaching into the freezer and pulling out a bag of summer berries. What? Why would... Okay, never mind. Anyways, in the middle of winter. But most people still grab the fresh stuff out of habit, quickly assuming that the frozen aisle is somewhere of second rate. Dadgummit. I started out strong this morning. I was strong, man. And I was actually pronouncing everything really good. But now, like, I'm starting to stutter and crap again. I'm telling you, man, I need to get my act together. Anyways, this is what you get whenever you watch live. So, I don't know. Here's part of the changes for the whole conversation, blah 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 blah. You know what? I don't care, because I guarantee you this whole article, they ain't gonna make any concrete evidence to one side or the other. You know why? Because big manufacturing food companies make more money the more confused you are about food. That is the reason why all the labels like mean 20 different things. Like, oh yeah, this is free range chicken. That chicken didn't range no daggum where other than inside of a daggum building. The big food companies make something so ambiguous that way you'll buy 5 or 6 different types of the same food. Oh, I gotta have free range chicken. I gotta have like kosher this, or like halal this and this and that. Nah, I'm gonna buy the cheapest crap on the shelf, hope that I make it to 70 and don't have any type of like really bad health problems because I eat crap food. But you know what? I save some money. Then again, do not live by my example and consult a nutritionist if you got any type of special things. This is not financial or health advice. In fact, don't listen to me. Anyways, it's saying here how vitamin C, plot twist, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to tell you one way or the other. This is an article written by Big Food in order to sell something that they probably got sitting on the shelf. They probably want to sell more frozen berries. That's the reason why they're advertising, blah, blah, they're reaching into the freezer and pulling out a summer berry. You know what? They could have said a bag of blueberries or a bag of strawberries or a bag of grapes or something, but no, they said summer berries. Why? Because they wanted everybody to think of the berry of their choice in winter, which is very odd because it's summer right now. Unless you're in winter and then like, I don't know if that's how it works. I think there's a distance from the sun whenever it comes to winter too, so like the earth distance from the sun. I don't know how winter works. I'll be completely honest with you. I really don't know how winter works. I'm an American. Anyways, I don't know. Big Food, man. Big Food. Like, I don't know. Anyways, on to the next story. And this is the last food-related story of the day anyways. And this is a food story that kind of caught my eye. I don't know how long I'm going to spend on it, but I thought it was worth paying attention to. And I think it highlights something, you know? Lioness chasing a dog plunges into an open well in India, trapped both for 5 hours. Now, personally here, I think the lioness was chasing after the dog because the lioness was hungry. Now, I'm pretty sure in this article, I'm fixing to read it, bystanders captured Bystanders captured dramatic footage of a wildlife rescue in western India after a lion. I did not know there was lions in western India. That is something I gotta put in my like mental notes, that there is a lion in India. I thought there was just tigers in India. I wonder if this is a bad translation. It wasn't a lion, it was actually a tiger, because you know, lions don't really hunt by themselves. They hunt as part of a pack. And if it was a single lioness, then yeah, she's probably pretty freaking desperate, but because she doesn't have a pack of lioness with her. I don't know though. But they became trapped together for more than 5 hours in a deep well. What happened? According to the reports of the TV, the incident centered in an uncovered well at a farm in Raja, whatever the heck this is. I'm an American. I cannot pronounce this word. I'm guessing this is a somewhat on the beaten trail because this news story got out or whatever, but I am so sorry, and I do not want to mispronounce that really badly. Anyways, officials said the lioness had entered the property while hunting and then locked on to the dog. During the chase, she reportedly slipped and fell into the well, and the dog ended up trapped there too. Probably tackled the dog, and like they both tumbled down the well, you know, because everybody misjudges their power in every situation. Anyways, I'm betting the reason why the dog survived inside this well is because the lioness secretly knew that if the dog wasn't around, the farmers wasn't going to rescue the lion. I bet you the lion and the dog was talking down there in that well. I don't know this for certain. This is just my speculation, but I guarantee you the dog and the lioness had a conversation. They would let the humans save the lion first and then the dog last, because I guarantee you the farmer threw a rope down there in order to save their dog. They didn't want to get the lion out. They was happy just to let it do its thing and then like just have something to just clean up afterwards, basically, because who would want to save a hungry lion down a well? That's just something I don't want to do, especially long. So I guarantee you the dog's like, look, as long as I'm alive, they gonna save you. So don't mess with me, I won't mess with you. I want to know what condition the dog was in. Was the dog in good condition? I'm assuming the dog was in good condition. I don't know. Personally, there's a lot of unanswered questions in this story, and it's going to basically go into the rest of this news story. It says open well agricultural lands become a deadly trap for wild animals. I don't care about the wild animals that supposedly get trapped down the well. I care about this dog. Did this farmer really care about this? I'm guessing he really did. Honestly, 100%, because nobody is going to risk like getting a lioness out of a whale in order just because they just want to get the lioness out of the whale. They wanted to save that dog. They probably was trying to get the rope around the dog, but the dog's like, no, you can go first in order to try and keep itself alive, because that lioness is probably going to grip the heck on that dog if they got the dog out first. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying, I bet you there was a backroom deal between the lioness and the dog so that both of them could get out of there safely. And one thing's for certain, I guarantee you this lioness is not going to hunt another dog, because that's got to be traumatic as heck, falling down this daggone well. Like, look at that. Like, I guarantee you the lioness has never even seen the ring before, but they was having flashbacks of watching the ring. That's just plain terrifying, really, man. Like, that's got to be up there with like a lot of different stuff. I'm just saying. Anyways, on to the next story. That was the last food-related story of the day and everything. And this story, I really don't understand. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it really just makes my brain hurt, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't understand it. Anyways, most sunscreen content on TikTok is accurate, but it's the misinfo that goes viral. Now, I saw a few news stories like talking about this. Personally, I don't understand how you can mess up putting on sunscreen. I believe there's instructions directly on the bottle. Now, the only time I would say, yeah, you probably didn't know how to apply your sunscreen correctly is if you can't read. But then you probably got other problems if you can't read, to be completely honest with you, at that point. Now, they're probably going viral 90% likely is because it's fun to watch people do stupid crap. That's the reason why Jackass basically exists, those movies, and they're even coming out with a new one pretty soon. Just thought I should bring that up because anyways, I just thought like they keep recycling the same crap over and over. We got a scary movie, we got a Jackass, now we got another Superman movie or Supergirl movie in theaters. I don't even want to go touch that thing, but whatever, you know? Like, we never really moved on from the year 2000, I feel like. Honestly, it's sad to be like that, but you know, whatever. Researchers from the University of Alberta, there you go, I can't even talk straight, of Alberta in Canada analyzed TikTok videos with the highest views across the most popular sunscreen related hashtags. Again, 90% of it, I would say, is because people like to see people do dumb crap constantly. You know? It's just the way of the world, honestly. People like to think of themselves as more intelligent than the average bean, even though they're probably less intelligent than the average bean. Case in point. But everybody loves to see people do dumb crap. Anyways, 80% of nearly 1,000 videos prompted sunscreen use. The videos with the highest level of engagement were the ones containing misinformation. So 87% of nearly 1,000 videos contained misinformation, and those were the ones with the highest view count. So again, like I said, it's probably just like people doing dumb crap. And honestly, I can't even say that the people doing the dumb crap are dumb, because they either get an engagement and they're making money off of doing this dumb crap. Because I guarantee you, if you following somebody that's doing dumb crap, like, I would say at least like 50% of the time, they're not as dumb as they like come across as. They just doing it for the money. If people are willing to do the oldest profession on the planet for money, they are willing to look dumb on the internet for money. Especially since a lot of normies and stuff don't follow a lot of TikTok trends and stuff. In fact, I've never even looked at TikTok before. Call me what you want. I don't do TikTok. And the brief interactions I've had with the platform just made my brain hurt, honestly. And honestly, in my opinion, this University of Alberta probably just needed to research something in order to keep their grant money going. And that's the reason why they're researching hashtags on TikTok. Is this really what our society has come to? Like, our universities are literally researching trends that don't even mean anything, can be easily explained within 10 minutes. Why? Money. There's just a ton of free money out there, I guess. I don't know, to be completely honest with you. To be honest with you, I just need to start my own little foundation, I guess, in order to just make some money on the side. Because I'm tired of watching people basically milk the teat of the government and get away with it, and like it even be completely legal. Like that stuff went viral up north with the whole scamming situation. But like there's a bunch of stuff just like that that's 100% legal that you can do. So I don't know. Just grab the money while you can, I guess. Don't do anything illegal. You know, be as honest as you can, people, because if you're dishonest, it always does come back to haunt you in some way. At least that's the way I've seen it a lot of the daggum times, but I don't know, man. It's just frustrating sometimes to be like, did we really need a study on 1,000? You know what? I'm looking at this and like 1,000 videos, like it sounds like a lot at first glance, but if they did like a study of like, but if this study took more than like 3 months, how much is like 1,000 videos? Let me look real quick. Let's see, 1,000 divided by 30 days, which is a month. That's just 33 videos a day. If it took them 3 months, divide that by 3. That's just 11 videos a day. They should have at least bumped that crap up to 2,000 videos. You know, have like a larger like pool. Or did they like choose I don't know. I just feel like I don't know, if you're gonna like if you're gonna research something like this and it's gonna take more than like a month, you know, I feel like you just should have like a larger pool than 1,000 videos. That's the one thing I hate whenever they do psychological studies and stuff, and then you look in it and you basically use like first year psych students and like a very small like pool of people. And they make these broad assumptions about the public at large with a study that only contains like maybe 500 people. And that the pool is somewhat tainted and everything. I don't know what's the best option for anything, to be honest with you. But it's frustrating to see some of like these things. And like I've literally seen government policies set on like tainted data, basically. And it's frustrating to like do research and basically see like, why are we like approving these things and everything? I don't know. I just get so tired of everything sometimes that I just disengage like a lot of the times anyways. It's just easier to disengage. That's the reason why most of the public like doesn't even pay attention to the news from day to day. And they don't even know how things are going. It's because like it's so exhausting to like stay on top of things. It really is. But like big government and big like corporations, like that's what they prey upon, is like you think not like being disengaged. But like I said, like it is so exhausting to stay engaged with anything. Just like food manufacturing and everything. Like just like watching what you eat, making sure like your food is like top on the top and everything. Like I don't know. I really don't. Everything is just like complicated nowadays. Anyways, I'm done with this. I just got depressed. Anyways, I don't know. I really don't. On to the next story, I reckon. All right. Now, this is something that I figured could be a nice little palate cleanser, somewhat and everything. And this is 10 Walmart gadgets under $50 that actually worth buying. Now, most of these is written by corporations that just want to sell like crap that they got thousands or like tens of thousands of extra stuff that they can't get rid of. And I'm about to see if that's the case for this article, or if this person actually wanted to write something informative. I don't know. Let's see what's first. The O2 Cool Deluxe handheld mist fan. I'm looking at this and like I'm just thinking this is junk, to be completely honest with you. Like 90% of the time I wouldn't even use this. Personally, like a good old-fashioned ice pack. If you in a hot place, they probably got a cooler with ice. Just bring like a rag or something with you, and like a good old-fashioned ice pack is just a heck of a lot more refreshing than this. Personally, I'm looking at this as like it's just junk. Like I wouldn't buy this. I don't know. That's just me. Okay. Whatever brand RGB smart LED bulbs. Now, if these LED bulbs had a switch on the side or a remote, I would be like, yeah, these are actually really freaking cool. But just the fact that you have to download an app on your phone to change the color of these bulbs, and it would be really bad if you have to like actually activate these bulbs. Like they won't even start up unless you download the app and like interface with them through like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever the heck they got. That scares the ever-loving crap out of me. This day and age with China, like it trying to infect basic products in the United States to like spy on American civilians. And the whole thing with everything, I'm sitting here thinking, do I really want to download an app on my phone that could possibly compromise my security on my phone, my Wi-Fi network, etc.? And even if it isn't like a really bad evil company, it's probably tied to some AI company that's going to track me across other apps and like look at my personal data. Because if you actually download an app nowadays, you have to ask it not to track you on other apps, and you're just asking. Nothing says they can't bypass that. So I don't keep squat on my phone anymore. I gotten too paranoid about it. And I run Linux on all my computers except for this one. And I don't keep crap on this computer because Microsoft has this new little thingy in give me a second. Let me see. Let me blank my screen for a minute. I want to show you something. Let me look at something real quick. Let me do this, do this, do this, do this. Has anybody else noticed this? Honestly, has anybody else noticed this? Hold on. Okay, automatic sample submission. Send sample files to Microsoft to help protect others from potential threats. We prompt you if the file we need is likely to contain personal information. Dude, I look at this right here and I feel so daggum slimy, man. I got this turned off on this computer. I don't even know what the heck gets submitted, but just the fact that it could have personal information and they're just going to tell me after they have it, like that scares the ever-loving crap out of me. And I don't even do anything like even slimy on this computer, let alone anything else. I don't even do anything weird on this computer, like all of my computers, because I just consider it all public information. Nothing that I would want leaked do I do on any of my computers. But just the fact that Microsoft does this, like, I don't know, man. Like, I know I'm just getting off on a whole, like, other tangent about this thing, but, like, why do I have to have, like, submit samples of, like, my personal documents on my computer? Or maybe I'm just reading too much into this. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just an idiot. That's not what happens there. I don't know, to be completely honest with you. But I know one thing. I don't like that at all. So I turned that off. And then I got a bunch of security messages, and I had to do dismiss, and they still did over like a few days. Now I got all my other crap turned on, but yeah, I don't know, man. Everything's getting weird and crazy right now, and to be honest with you, I feel like I'm being pushed offline by like these big companies. I'm just like tired of like everything being online. Like, why the heck do I have to have an app to control a light bulb? You literally could have like, I don't know, had like a universal controller setting, or like a little switch or anything like built into the light. I don't know. I would have paid more for a remote control or a switch on the side of this light bulb than having to download an app, personally. But I guess not many people think like me, because I'm guessing they sell at least like some of these units every day. I don't know. Anyways, it's got a certain brand NU whatever B41 power bank. I lose power for sometimes a week or so at the time, every like couple of years, because I just live in a place where hurricanes happen sort of kind of often. Now, I have like 5 power banks, and I probably need to charge or use up and charge a few of them, because I know they've been sitting for more than 6 months or so. I have these power banks because they just handy to have. Now, I don't know about this brand, to be completely honest with you, and you need to do your research before buying a power bank, because if you're going to buy a power bank every, like, let's just say 3 or 4 years just to have, just in case, then you might as well do like 30 minutes of research and buy a decent one. I don't know if this is a decent one or not, but I will say this. I have like 5 power banks. I like them. 3 of them are really just cheap, like $20 ones, and they do their job, but they're not great and everything. But I do like my power banks though. And like the small compact ones are actually pretty handy to have around. And you can do a lot of different stuff with them. Like, I know I got a few different attachments where I could plug a USB light into these power banks and have light for, I think it's a little over 12 hours. So yeah, if you don't want to buy like a rechargeable flashlight, like I have 2 that also doubles as a power bank, then buy like a little USB attachment. And they got all kind of other attachments too, you know. You can charge your phone, do all kinds of stuff. I have a power bank built into like 2 of my flashlights as well, not including the 5 power banks I have. Just because like I have a need for them though and everything. Logitech wireless keyboard mouse combo. Honest with you, I have 3 computers in my office right now. I daily drive a Logitech keyboard like this for one of my office computers. It works great. It's super cheap. It's not this particular one, so I don't know about this particular one, but they're pretty good little keyboards. And if you're not doing something like gaming, there's really no need to have a really nice like keyboard and mouse combo. Just one that fits good in your hand if you're going to be using it for a long period of time. You know? Anyways, I don't know. JB Labs Go Air Pop wireless earbuds. Now, I have this exact set of earbuds right here, and they're like 10 years old. I don't know what it is about below $50 headphones. They last forever. They last forever. I've had Bose earphones. I've had Beats earphones. They last a year, maybe a year and a half max. I buy these suckers. I got a set of these that's 10 years old. They will still work right now. I charged them, I think, a few weeks back because I ain't even touched them in like 2 years. They work fine. And they like 10 years old. Now, they don't hold a charge as good as they used to. And like one of the earphones is like lower sound than the other earphone, which is kind of annoying, but they still work after 10 years. And I think at least 3 years of constant use. Now, these I basically use as traveling headphones because if you lose them in a hotel room or they get stolen or whatever, it's not a big whoop. Headphones, once you get over like $50, they really don't improve all that much. I know people are going to swear up and down if you need studio headphones, get studio headphones. But like cheap headphones are good, especially if you do a lot of traveling, you know? Then again, there is true power in being a basic bitch. And I am a basic bitch. It means I can always find songs I like. Food I like is always within easy reach. I'm just not picky. So if you like me, you'll probably love them because they're cheap and they last forever. You'll probably get at least 3 years worth of life out of them. Then again, I'm just an idiot, so who the heck knows? Anyways, I knew a person who has these. I have no idea if they're good or not. I know you have to have an internet connection. If that's something you don't like, I don't know what to tell you, man, to be honest with you. Everything's so daggum interconnected. I believe you need a power outlet too, because they had to run electricity and stuff out there. I have no idea if these are any good or not. I really don't. I have no idea. Do your research on before you buy them though to make sure they're good. Recon wireless gaming headset. If I'm gonna buy a gaming headset, I'm going to buy premium. I don't know if these are any good. They're $41.94. They said they're wireless, or no, they're wired. Sorry. They might be good. I have no idea. I don't buy these headsets because I don't like the feeling of have something like this around my head, honestly. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea. Roku streaming stick in 4K. Now, like I said, I think this article is written by people who just want to sell a bunch of products they got sitting around. Do you really need a Roku stick nowadays? Like, you either have a Roku TV, which most people have, or a Google TV. Like a smart 75-inch like Roku TV right now at Walmart's like $300, like less than $400 with tax. Like, do you really need a Roku streaming stick whenever it's built into like most people's TV nowadays? Like maybe if you're I don't see how Roku is selling a lot of streaming sticks nowadays. I got one that looks just like this. It's like, I think 12 years old. I ain't used it in like 8 years because I either have it built into the TV or I have like an entertainment computer I use in the living room. You know, that's got all my movies and TV shows on them and stuff offline, by the way. But I purchased all that legally. You need to purchase all of that legally. I'm telling you right now, you need to purchase all of that legally. Support your creators. Anyways, I just, like I said, they're trying to push a lot of products in this article that they probably got a ton of them sitting around that they can't hardly move. And that's the reason why they advertise in these. Because, like, I can't, like, unless you bought a Google TV and you just love Roku, I guess that would be the only reason you'd buy a Roku stick nowadays. I don't know. But then again, you probably should have just bought the Roku TV. I don't know. Don't look at me. Powered enhanced wireless Nintendo Switch controllers. Now, I do a lot of gaming on my computers. In fact, that's what this computer's for and everything mostly. I use Xbox controllers because they're like $65 a controller. These are $49. Most games on Steam and everything else are like compatible with the Xbox controller. Now, I know Nintendo's got a big following and everything, but I just feel like, personally, I'd prefer an Xbox controller over a Nintendo controller, and this automatically assumes that you have a Nintendo Switch like system. I don't know. I'm not a big Nintendo's fan, so I guess if you can. Me personally, though, I like Xbox controllers, and they a little bit more. I think you can get an off-brand controller for $49.42. I feel like that would have. I feel like, again, they're not selling a lot of Nintendo controllers, and that's the reason why they're pushing them in this article, is because it's probably written by AI and everything. Bluetooth speaker. I love my Bluetooth speaker I got. I don't have one of these. I do have an old Bluetooth speaker that's like 4 or 5 years old. I got in the kitchen, and like every time I wash dishes, I gotta be like rocking, you know. I gotta have my music because it just makes it more tolerable. That's one thing. If you can't get motivated to wash dishes, keep a Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen, and then every time you want to wash dishes, put on some workout music or some like fun, like popping music, you know, and just get to swinging your hips while you're at the counter, you know. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And it's gotten me happy one or two times when I've had a companion in the house, if you know what I mean. And everything. If you don't know what I mean, then don't worry about it. Anyways, I'm telling you, keeping a Bluetooth speaker next to the sink. Don't make sure it don't get wet, cause but keeping it next to the sink for whenever time you wash. I can't even wash my dishes without some music going nowadays. I can't wash my dishes. I can't even clean up the living room anymore without a Bluetooth speaker. I am too spoiled. If the power were to go out for a month, my house would look like a wreck. Like it would be like so bad. It would be unbelievably bad. I would do zero cleaning without like a Bluetooth speaker. If my Bluetooth speaker died, oh man, I would not be able to do any kind of clean. I would go to Walmart within like the next 2 days and get a speaker. I'd do something. I'd have to do something. Anyways, on to the next story. Now, everybody, I go on the internet and I see everybody's like, they're never going to release GTA 6 at this point. Well, folks, they ain't released it, but they're beginning pre-orders on June 25th. Now, with the RAM prices and with the SSD prices being as high as they are, I have been like not wanting to upgrade my PC. I have been resisting it so hard. But if we get a hardline date on when GTA is being released, no matter what, I might have to play it. I might have to drop some money on a new PC, to play it. Now my PC right now that I got going, it ain't bad, but GTA 6, that's gotta be an event. GTA has gotta now that I think about it, I think they're going to release it on console before PCs. That might actually kill my enthusiasm. Now I think about it, I might not. I might have to do some research. But anyways, they started pre-orders on June 25th, and that's going to happen in like 3 days from now. So yeah, I guess start saving money, folks, because it's going to be expensive around GTA. If they only gonna sell it on console, people gonna be buying consoles, so that's probably gonna go up. Everything else. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to stuff around this. So, yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it. In other news, meteor activity outlook on June 20th through the 26th. So we already a few days into this meteor activity around the Earth. And during this period, the moon will reach its first quarter phase on Sunday, June 21st, which is already passed, sorry to say. At the time, the moon will be located 90 degrees east of the sun and will be set near moon right local summer time, blah, 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 June 21st and 22nd. So it's the 22nd, so I don't know if that's completely passed, but if you an astronomy whatever, an enthusiast or whatever, and you seeing this, yeah, you probably know way more about it than I do, so I don't know, but keep one eye on the sky, folks, because it might be important one of these days, especially if like little green men are coming down. You might be the first to know in your neighborhood if you just look up every now and then. Anyways, as the week progresses, the moon will enter the morning sky as a waxing gibbous phase, and will reduce the visible meteor activity until it sets. Oh, it's going to reduce the visible meteor activity until it sets. That sucks. As this week evening observers can expect a total hour rate of 3 in the northeastern latitude, 45 degrees north, near the 4 from tropical southern locations, 25 degrees south, morning observed. So it's only going to be 3 at a rate of 3 of an hour. So yeah, you're going to have to be patient and sit there and try and find them, because there's only going to be 3 an hour. So if you desperate nowadays like I am, and you want to make a wish upon a shooting star, because I need all the luck I can get nowadays, and if you like me, I think you should at least look up, and see if you could find it and everything. So yeah, if you're desperate for that wish to come true, it can't hurt, people, I don't know. Anyways, I have included the charts of the sky, blah blah, raised threshold position, blah blah. Anyways, go out and look at this meteor activity, blah blah thing to look at your thing. Here's the charts here. I ain't gonna do it, but all this information, done by Roberts, whatever. That's 0 comments. Anyways, I don't know. But if you want to wish upon a shooting star, like, you probably got a shot right now until the 26th, but you know how that is. Anyways, on to the next story. AI risks triggering catastrophic phone network blackouts. So, AI blackouts risk the catastrophic failure of Britain's phone and broadband networks, the industry watchdog warns. Now, it ain't something to freak out about if they're saying, hey, this could be a problem in the future. It's just that it could be a problem. But I have started to notice, as people rely more and more on technology, and the technology is not perfection. I don't care what anybody says, even if it's an AI system. I think machines are going to break just as often as people do. That's why I think we should have a machine and a person sitting there watching things, Because eventually a person's going to fail and a machine's going to fail. But maybe instead of failing only 5% of the time, we could fail only 1% of the time with a person and a machine team up. Not only that, I believe a machine can make up for a person's shortcomings, and a person can make up for a machine's shortcomings. After all, I haven't seen an AI model yet that has the imagination of a person, despite what some people might think, to be completely honest with you. Anyways, telecoms companies are increasingly using AI to monitor and manage their networks. This can allow them to detect and repair issues more quickly, improving the reliability of connections, but the technology carries risk of serious outages if it fails. Again, humans fail too, so just because it could fail doesn't mean it is going to fail, or it's going to be catastrophic when it does fail. Plenty of mess ups have happened because of humans, and plenty of mess ups are probably going to happen in the future because of AI. To be honest with you, I don't know which is better. 10 years from now, I might have a different answer. AI might be just so superior to humans. I don't know. But right now, I would say that we probably need to have a human at least watching every, 10 AIs doing their business. I don't know. To be honest with you, this whole AI thing, I think, is beyond everybody. Nobody can agree what's good and what's bad. I know this though, AI is an unproven technology, and just like why aircraft controller towers won't update their computer systems until they absolutely have to, because the technology is proven and everything, I don't think we should just be integrating this new technology into everything as soon as it becomes available. We should allow it to be tested, prove itself. But the main reason why this AI technology is integrating itself so heavily into networks, especially into companies and such, is because these AI companies aren't profitable unless they can get these big government contracts and everything else. So that's the reason why it's so heavily pushed into telecommunication, TV, etc., because they need those big contracts in order to make money, because the consumers are not going to be able to support AI. These data centers are massive, huge, electricity, water, everything hogs. They're not going to be able to sustain themselves off of a $50 subscription a month. Even a $200 subscription a month. I don't even know how much the subscriptions are, because I don't even use these AIs. I don't plan on using these AIs because I really don't have a need for these AIs. And that's another thing. A lot of consumers are completely untapped in the market of AI because they just don't need them. So these AI companies have to be pushed into telecommunication companies and all this other stuff because they have to have these large contracts in order to sustain themselves long term. And even then, I bet one in like probably 3 companies are going to fail in the next 10 or so years because you can only split the pie so many ways before they just go under. Then again, I have no idea. Who knows? Anyways, the warning comes as growing concerns as the security risk. Have I already said this? I don't even know. Earlier this month, TB became the first British company to confirm its participation in the trial scheme of Anthropic's Claude's Mythos Preview. That's a mouthful. You need to shorten that. You need to call it ACMP or something like that. Some acronym, you know? Adopt some acronym, you know, that, anyways, I don't know. In an AI model deemed too dangerous to be released publicly. Okay? Now, just because it's deemed too dangerous to be released publicly does not mean it's a superior AI. It might just be too unpredictable. And by too unpredictable, meaning it's more likely to mess up, you know? I don't know, though. Who knows? Anyways, on to the next story. I done got too tired of talking about it then. Another Nevada city may freeze new data center as AI boom collides with power and heat fears. Now, whenever I think of the optimal places to build an AI data center, the worst place I could personally imagine would be Nevada. Nevada is hot as heck. It's also dry as heck. How the heck are you going to cool the AI data centers and everything with no water and everything? Like, you need to be building these AI data centers up in like northern Canada or something. You know? Like, there's plenty of cool air, plenty of water, and you need to be harvesting, like, I don't know, stuff from up there. I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like Nevada is not a very good place to build a data center, but then again, I'm just the normal average Joe. Maybe there's just some stuff I don't know. According to KTVNV, citing the city's documents, Henderson, I don't know how to pronounce that, I guess. I'm horrible with names. Is weighing the temporary stop in accepting credentials of the use permit applications for the new data center. The situation reported that the pause could last up to 180 days unless the city adopts a new data center regulations before then. The proposal was placed on June 16th, so a little while ago now. City council agenda, but was not set for actions for the city documents. Includes basically a bunch of lawyer and city speak that I don't want to get into, to be honest with you. I know in a lot of places, a bunch of residents of a lot of cities have basically screamed that they didn't want these data centers, and the data center got pushed ahead anyway. I don't know if it's going to happen in this case, but if I was a betting man, I would say it probably is going to go ahead as planned with zero delays, simply because that's just been the trend as of recent time, basically. So, I don't know what to tell you. I do know that a lot of governments and city councils, people have not been paying attention to them for a very long time. So they tend to do what they think, what they want to do, period. And frankly, it's gotten on my last nerve of these city council members thinking that they can just do whatever the heck they want and face zero repercussions. But they do that partially because they haven't faced any repercussions, and they're probably not going to face any repercussions because the public at large this day and age has the memory of a goldfish. Mainly because, to be completely honest with you, I don't even pay attention to the stuff that goes on in my local city unless it directly affects me. And then if it does directly affect me, I don't really care a ton through the long term because I can just bury my head in my computer. Now, you could say that's bad. You could say I'm being a bad citizen of my local city. But at the same time, the nail that sticks out gets hammered, and I would rather just watch like a live stream or something, or like watch a nice movie, or chow down on like a cheesecake. I got one in the refrigerator right now, and it's calling my name really bad. In fact, I might skip this next story because that cheesecake might go really good with my coffee. Anyways, that's just another example of I don't know, to be honest with you. Like, the public just doesn't care anymore, I feel like, because people are just too comfortable nowadays. Like it or not, people are just way too comfortable, especially where I live and in most places across the country. Then again, what the heck do I know? You know, people have no idea what real hardship is nowadays. What the heck do I know, though? Anyways, this is the last story of the day, and I'm going to leave off after it and everything. And, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it because, might as well. I'm probably not going to spend too much time on it, but this basically goes into the last two stories, and that is Windows 11 26 H2 continues Microsoft shift to smaller and faster updates. People have been really tired, really, really tired. Really, really tired of Microsoft's crap about large updates and everything. And it says support extends to October 2028. No new hardware requirements, no new features either. Well, yeah, I think they've really made people, like, I know for a fact Microsoft's had to lose business when it comes to Windows because of their like really crappy requirements for Windows, to be completely honest with you. Because I've literally like never even thought of going off of Windows until Windows 11. And then Windows, like, I've heard of stuff happening on Windows and everything getting messed up but I've never had it directly happen to me. But Windows like completely like bricked my hard drives. I've also had my Wi-Fi stop working on like a few of my computers, and that was actually the straw that broke the camel's back. Why most of my computers aren't even using Microsoft Windows anymore is because like I couldn't even use Wi-Fi on a few of my computers and everything because of it. And it was a really bad connectivity issue and everything. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm tired of everything when it comes to Windows and everything. But if the hardware requirements for Windows is going to get more stringent after 2028, I'm going to be honest with you, they're going to lose a lot more business because really and truly, like, you don't need a really nice computer to just search the internet and do typing and basic stuff. Like we just need a standard basic computer that has like, I don't know, 5 gigabytes of RAM that you can use to just basically like search the internet and do basic tasks like typing and have video calls and stuff. And it needs to have basic hardware requirements because this new Windows 11 update from Windows 10 made a lot of e-waste, like a lot of e-waste. And they did it because I don't think it's for security reasons. I really don't think it's for security reasons. And they pushed AI in it too, and I just hated the AI. I remember Windows 8, Cortana being in Windows 8, and I remember being so mad that they put Cortana in there, being like, how do I turn this off? I don't want my computer listening to me, blah, blah, this and that and another thing. I would unplug like my microphone in my computer on Windows 8 because I did not want Cortana in there. And now they got Copilot like hardwired directly into the computer, and I throw on Task Manager and it's got like going to the internet like every few minutes, no matter what, like going to the Microsoft servers, and even that thing I showed a minute ago where it's like uploading my information directly to Microsoft's like what servers or whatever. And I'm literally sitting here like, I don't want to have any information, any personal information on any Windows computer because it's just so much of a security risk. It is so much of a security risk to have a Microsoft account and have like your stuff going to OneDrive. In this computer right here, that's my gaming computer, I do not have OneDrive done. Whenever I activated this Windows 11 like PC, I made a brand new account and then I deleted that account and went to a locals account. I made a local account inside of my new Microsoft like Windows account or whatever, and this is a local account that doesn't have OneDrive and that has as much stuff as possible disabled. This is a local account that does not have OneDrive, and I will never, ever, ever, ever use OneDrive. I have external hard drives that I plug in to all my computers that have like information on them, and I copy them off the thing or whatever. It is just so much of a security risk for OneDrive, and Microsoft pushed it so much in fact, I would say two things like got me off of Windows PC usage. The first one is the hardware requirements for Windows 11. That right there, I think I have like 4 computers that cannot run Windows 11. Those 4 computers, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're all running Linux right now. They're all up to date. They're all secure. Everything like that, as far as I know. Who the heck knows? Anyways, they're all working perfectly fine. They're like almost 6 years. I've had them almost they're like almost 6 years old, I think. And I've had them for like 4.5, 5 years. And they've been running every single day. They still run like brand new out of the box. The second thing was the OneDrive. They pushed that so freaking hard. I'm literally like, I do not want any information of mine in the cloud for Microsoft. I do not want any information. They pushed OneDrive so hard that I was basically like, I don't want anything to do with it. And the dumb thing about it is Microsoft throws out numbers. Oh, they got so many new Microsoft accounts every month. I'm just looking at that thinking, I have a local account on this computer. I guarantee you, since I reset this computer once every 6 months, because my drives on this computer, let me close this. My drives on this computer, they fill up every they fill. Well, I don't know if I can basically, yeah, like I name my drives like kind of weird. I'm on YouTube right now. I don't want to get banned, because my drive names or whatever. But basically, I only have 27 gigabytes free of my boot drive, which is a 250 gigabyte Samsung drive or whatever. And then I have another 1 terabyte M.2 drives also in the motherboard and everything. And my main boot drive or whatever, it starts out with like 170 gigabytes of free space, and I think I've had this installed for like 4 or 5 months, and it's down to like 127 gigabytes. So Microsoft is storing a crap ton of my data locally, at least on this computer. Probably something to do with Copilot BS that I do not want, that I've tried to uninstall. That's the one thing too. Every time I set up a new computer, I will delete OneDrive and Copilot. I'll just do uninstall. It will reinstall it. For the first week, I have a fresh install on my computer. And the main reason why I don't use a Rufus install for Microsoft is I don't want to mess up some sort of security BS that's supposed to be built into my computer, because I tore out all the AI crap out of my computer. I can deal with a little bit of, since I don't keep any personal information on this computer anyways, I'm like, well, screw it if it's got something bullcrap running in the background. Even though I try to tear it out as much as possible, it'll keep reinstalling Copilot and OneDrive, like for the first like 2 weeks. Like, it won't even be an update. Like, I'll just see, because I monitor my network connection and everything, I'll just see like, oh, I downloaded like so many megabytes over the course of like a few minutes and everything. And I'll like open my start menu and look at my programs, and like OneDrive and Copilot will both be reinstalled in my system. And I will immediately uninstall it. For the first 2 weeks, it'll install Copilot and OneDrive, thinking I'm going to forget about it at least 5 or 6 times before it finally gives up. Microsoft, stop doing that crap. If I uninstall it 3 times in a row right after it's been installed, do not install it for a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time on my freaking computer. That is the reason why I am primarily driving Linux now. I was a Microsoft user my entire life until like the last 2 years. Not even 2 years. I'm raising my voice because I am that mad right now. Microsoft literally like ran me off, like beating me over the head with a broom out the door, ran me off with this OneDrive Copilot BS. And the only reason I am driving Windows on this computer is because I game on this computer. And as soon as SteamOS is available and I can do basic web searching through SteamOS, I will not have a single Windows computer in my life anymore. And I will say goodbye to Microsoft most likely forever at that point. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat half a cheesecake now, because I gotten a little bit upset and everything. If you do watch me and everything, I really appreciate it and everything. Anyways, everybody have a really, really nice day. Peace out. Wait, oh no.